Now then, after 23 years at the top of their career, Simply Red have released a book chanting their success, and they've got a new single, The World and You Tonight, which is released next Monday. Mick Hucknall joins us now. This is the book, if you don't know me by now, which I've been enjoying immensely over the last week. I got a copy of it. And what I love particularly, Mick, which is it's very honest all the way through. There's these wonderful photos.
Which one is that? Oh, God, yeah.
As you as a little lad. And this great story, which I've highlighted there, was it all starting at your friend Nellie's wedding? Your first performance. Do you remember this?
It wasn't Nellie's, because Nellie was the mother. There was
Nellie's
four
daughter.
daughters who looked after me, and I was kind of like the groom for, not the groom, but I was the, what do they call the boy?
Page boy.
The page boy for 4 of the weddings. And all I remember about the weddings is the wonderful slippy floors that you could slide slide around
on your knees.
And I loved weddings. I still enjoy weddings, actually, attending weddings.
But you performed at that wedding, didn't you? But what I loved was that, was it your sister had come back from Austria?
Well, one of the girls came back and she brought me. We thought it was incredible. In the early 60s, it was incredibly glamorous for a working-class girl to go skiing. You know, this was an amazing thing, and we were all very sort of impressed. And she came with a pair of Austrian lederhosen for me, and I wore this Austrian lederhosen
with great pride, I would imagine.
Yes, I thought it was amazing, and I sang the Beatles song "I Want to Hold Your Hand" with a grown-up band. And so, technically,
that's where it all started.
I think it was 4. Was it 4 or 6?
Yeah, I think you were about 4. It says you're about 4.
Yeah, that was my first.
What a great way to start
that was my first performance.
There's no picture of you in the lederhosen, though. There's some great pictures, but no lederhosen.
No, you know, funnily enough, they actually did have, at one point, they had a reel-to-reel of me singing. It was recorded.
Yeah.
And somehow it's been lost.
Along the way.
Which is a shame.
There's some wonderful stories here and anecdotes, and it's a very, very honest account of how everything sort of went from starting to the high points, and then sort of quite an acrimonious split from your record label to now where you are, having launched simplyred.com. It's been an amazing journey. Yeah,
I mean, the one thing that irks me about the record company thing was that they released a story to the press that we'd been dropped, and we hadn't been dropped. I knew I was leaving in about 1996, because they didn't have a handle on the internet, and that really worried me. And we see now, we've created a culture now, a whole generation of kids who think the music should be for free. And I was urging them to start
thinking about that,
clamping down on this in '96, and they didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, look, you proved them wrong, because you've launched simplyred.com, which is going from strength to strength, and you're now fully in control and doing everything online. Absolutely,
yeah. But you know, I still worry for future artists, because young kids starting out now, you'd have to say to them, you know, my dad would say, well, you know, there's no money in it, and I'd say now you're going to struggle, because there's no money in recorded music right now.
It's hard enough, you know, getting successful, and then when you're successful you're not making money. It's a real struggle, isn't it?
Basically now, in the business we're in, to make money, you've got to go out and tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people are not, even some of the most successful artists are not making money out of recorded music.
But you get to tour when you get to perform, and that's what we're going to see you do. Unfortunately, we're very tight for time, but it's great that you've come in.
Yeah.
The book really is, if you're a Simply Red fan, or if you love music and finding out, it's a very honest account. It's very, very interesting, and the single is coming out on Monday as well.
There's some nice pictures as well.
There's some great pictures along the way. Thanks, Mick. Thanks for coming in.
OK, pleasure.
We're going to check on the weather now. Here's Claire.